This new SJCAM SJ10 Pro dual-screen model is based on an old SJCAM model, and it represents an attempt to offer a good, reliable, budget-friendlier alternative to GoPro Hero series. Is it good enough? Let's inspect. Hey fellas, how you doing? Nice to see you. I'm Michael. What we do here on the channel is to inspect fresh and cool tech, and I'm always so inspired when there is a new action camera on the horizon. Although, by progressing through this video, you're gonna realize there's not much new about the SJ10 Pro Dual Screen Edition, which is released now in 2022. And the point of this video is to thoroughly inspect the qualities of this action camera and to help you to either get to know a new cool tech gadget or probably to help you to find out which are the most important things you need to look at when choosing your next action camera. So we're gonna have the usual thorough inspection covering the hardware qualities, the software qualities. We're going to talk about the overall performance and see a lot of samples which are shot with the SJ10 Pro, the Dual Screen Edition. This 4K action camera is supposed to challenge the market leaders. If you look at the price, it's only $70 less than the standard combo of DJI Osmo Action 3, but at the same time almost twice cheaper than GoPro Hero 11. So SJCAM are clearly trying to undercut the big brands, including Insta360, but in the past years we've seen a number of disappointing products from their side, so I've tried to not have that high hopes about this particular camera. Unboxing has definitely been fun, maybe leaving the taste of getting insufficient accessories based on the not too big package, but let's check that for sure. Here's the camera, arrives in a waterproof case, some accessories included like the data cable, some mounts, rubber cover for the lens and a protective frame. You're going to have to install the battery in order to start it up, and once you place inside a micro SD card, the camera is ready to record all your adventures, if it's fully charged, of course. SJ10 Pro Dual Screen, it feels good to the touch. Actually, the fact about having a waterproof case included is a very positive thing, because the mentioned GoPro, DJI and Insta360 products all charge you for such one extra money. As for the main tech highlights, we have to mention the Umbrella H22S85 chipset, a 12-megapixel Sony IMX337 image sensor, a removable battery with 1300 mAh capacity, video recording resolution is up to 4K 60 frames per second, electronic image stabilization supported, large 2.33-inch main display and a smaller front screen, external microphone support, waterproof body, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and possibility to control the camera from a smartphone app. Well, if you're into the action camera world, definitely most of the specs I've just mentioned sound familiar. If you don't care about specs and just want to see more footage, I just need to underline that most of the hardware components, including the image sensor and the chipset, which are among the most important components for an action camera, they are the same as those inside SJ8 Pro from 4 years ago. So it looks like that during these 4 years, after passionate hard work and development, the only thing that SJCAM managed to include in this SJ10 Pro Dual Screen Edition is the front display. Obviously, you can feel my annoyance because, now in 2022, we can see that a lot of electronic manufacturers are struggling to deliver significant enhancements, but here, just the front screen and everything else being the same, come on, that's not serious. Well, could be that there are a lot of improvements on the software and firmware side, and they make a big difference about image quality, so let's keep going. The camera controls are pretty straightforward and no different to what most other action cameras require you to do. Swiping actions. You have to use this in order to access most configuration items. You can choose among many recording resolutions and aspect ratios, as mentioned, 4K up to 60 frames per second. However, image stabilization is only available when footage is up to 30 FPS. If you need stabilized 60 FPS footage, you're gonna have to go down to Full HD. It's like going back in time, because most decent and even mid-range action cameras can do better than that. Furthermore, SJCAM continue to use their stabilization algorithms, which already feel outdated. Knowing that you can get a DJI Osmo Action 3 and seeing how good the horizon lock function is, it will immediately make you want to switch to something better. In that regard, looking for some footage samples shows good performance in daylight, with some remarks about the white balance, If light is not that much, you're gonna notice image quality degradation. What becomes really apparent, especially when we compare to GoPro Hero 11 or DJI products, the dynamic range, which is the capacity of the camera to better expose very dark and very bright elements in the same frame. It is bad. Not too bad, but definitely bad enough to easily justify spending only $70 to $100 more for buying a lot more capable action camera. Luckily, the user interface is quite good and rich in functions. You can easily access each one of the available sections, and SJ10 Pro Dual Screen Edition has a lot of different shooting modes supported. Still, since the regular 4K footage doesn't seem to impress so far, don't expect too much out of the slow motion. 120 frames per second look good, however not great, and totally not on par with what GoPro Hero series can provide, for instance. The battery life has been the only area which I feel comfortable praising, because the camera can easily record for more than 1 hour, regardless of the resolution. If you don't use the screens too often, it can deliver even better results. Audio testing. The inbuilt microphone inside the SJ10 Pro, the Dual Screen Edition. And now it's your turn to join in the comment section below the video and let me know what do you think of the microphone quality. There is an option to buy an external microphone for this camera with not too great quality. It's proprietary, so these $20 you're gonna pay extra. Probably you could invest in something with better functionality. So that's about the microphone. The smartphone app just adds on top of my concerns because, while most action camera makers have developed a fantastic set of editors and template libraries, SJCAM are still stuck in what they've been doing up until 2018 and don't seem to add new valuable features. To users like me, it's not really a big deal because I usually make post-production with other softwares, but if you hope to get some creative and easy ways to edit your videos, you're gonna have to use another kind of software. At least, controlling the camera works fine, so your phone can act as a remote. The drawbacks, they're similar to what we've discovered while testing the previous generations: lack of stabilization in 4K 60 FPS, lack of professional-grade features such as flat color mode or shutter speed control, the not-so-great microphone quality, the poor smartphone app, the inability by SJCAM to add meaningful upgrades to their existing camera line. It makes me think that the dual-screen model is yet another trick to maintain good rate of sales with minimum investment in hardware or software development. So my verdict is that if this action camera is at its original price, you should better look for alternatives, because the new DJI Osmo Action 3 costs just $70 more and it's significantly better, and the same applies for the previous generations. Each and every GoPro starting from Hero 6 and onwards, and that's been 5-year-old model, yeah, they're all better than the SJ10 Pro Dual Screen Edition, and the same applies for all the Insta360 One R and One RS series, so obviously there are plenty of good alternatives that you can look around for. Still, if you can find this at a reasonable lower than the original price, it could be a good solution offering not too great image quality, but still rather decent stabilization and still fairly good footage. So that's everything about today's episode, and I really hope we've covered everything important about this action camera and also helped you to find out more about the action camera world. So choose wisely. There are a bunch of other action camera videos you may want to watch on the channel, and there's plenty to come in the next weeks, so stay subscribed. Thank you very much for watching this episode. My name is Michael, looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye!